It may shock you to hear this, but if you're seeing this right now, it's no accident. Something major is brewing beneath the surface, and God wants you to know you're on the brink of a radical shift in the direction of your life. If you watch for at least 13 minutes, you confirm you're ready for this life-altering change. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment 77 to signal to the universe that you're open. Then leave another comment, ready for what's next, in a genuine tone. By doing this, you declare immediate, tangible benefits and a brand new season of transformation. Chapter 1. You sense turbulence before the breakthrough. Everything might appear routine on the surface, yet you sense an undercurrent of restlessness. A subtle tension gnaws at you, as if some deeper part of your soul is preparing for something extraordinary. Day-to-day tasks feel oddly inconsequential, but you can't pinpoint why. This is the hallmark of a chosen one right before a divine pivot. You feel out of place in your old routine, but no new doors have visibly opened. It's like standing in a hallway, waiting for the next door to reveal itself. That tension stirs mixed emotions. Part of you craves immediate answers. What should I do next? Where am I headed? Another part hesitates, recalling past failures where you chased illusions. But God sees you. Every prayer, every moment of confusion or heartbreak sets the stage for this unexpected swerve. Heaven orchestrates events you don't see yet, coordinating new people, opportunities, or revelations that will soon intersect with your path. Sometimes the final calm before major change can feel suffocating. You might have asked, why is life so still right now? Because God often brings calm to help you gather strength for the sudden shift. The stillness is less a sign of stagnation and more a blessing. It allows you to shed old baggage, gather your courage, and sharpen your discernment so you're ready to leap when the universe nudges you forward. You might also spot anomalies, small hints from the environment that something's about to erupt in your favor. Repeated phrases, recurring dreams, or random suggestions that align with your hidden desires. Don't brush them off as coincidence. For chosen one, synchronicities ramp up right before the divine orders your next move. Open your spirit to these signals. Jot them down. Reflect on them. Pray for clarity. As the tension within you grows, these signs are like cosmic breadcrumbs leading you onward. Through it all, remember that you're not abandoned in this uneasy waiting. In the spiritual realm, angels and guardians watch diligently, ensuring your readiness. By the time the shift arrives, you realize the restlessness was merely your soul's internal alarm ringing to prepare you. And once the shift happens, you look back on this uneasy lull with gratitude, knowing it was the hush before the grand reveal, an unneeded prelude to the biggest turning point your life has encountered yet. Chapter 2. Your past trials were prelude to something bigger. Look back on the string of events that led you here, the setbacks, betrayals, and near misses. It's easy to label them as random misfortunes, yet as a chosen one, you suspect there's a pattern. Each time you faced heartbreak or professional rejection, you learned something crucial. Maybe you discovered your capacity to forgive, or you found courage you didn't know you had. These episodes weren't random tragedies. They were chapters in a grand narrative preparing you for this moment. Think of them as training exercises in a spiritual boot camp. The universe doesn't want you stepping into your next phase unprepared, so it lets you test your resilience under pressure. The heartbreak that almost crushed you, it taught you the value of self-love. The job that fell through at the final stage, it nudged you toward your true calling. The betrayal that left you shattered, it sharpened your discernment so you can trust the right people now that bigger things lie ahead. At times you might have asked God, why me? The deeper answer is that your soul volunteered for a path that includes forging breakthroughs for yourself and others. To handle that level of responsibility, you needed deeper empathy and unshakable faith. Only adversities can chisel those traits into your spirit. Now, each scar you bear is evidence that you not only survived, but emerged with wisdom that can't be taught in a classroom. You're living proof that raw pain can become spiritual muscle. Still, there may have been moments you felt stuck in your own plot, wondering if the story would ever shift in your favor. In those low points, you probably questioned if you were cursed or if you had simply made too many mistakes. But let this assurance settle into your heart. In every valley you traversed, there was a seed of destiny planted. Your tears watered that seed. Your confusion forced you to dig deeper for answers. Those who breeze through life without hardship rarely develop the mettle you now possess. The grit you've gained, earned through sweat, heartbreak, and lonely nights, is precisely what positions you for the breakthroughs knocking at your door. This perspective doesn't make your hardships trivial. They still hurt, and it's okay to acknowledge that. But it reframes them as stepping stones rather than dead ends. A stepping stone you conquered might be exactly what someone else needs to see to break free from their own chains. In that sense, your personal trials serve a collective purpose. They shape you into a guide or example for people yearning for hope. And the unexpected turn that's coming soon will only amplify your capacity to help more souls. You may have noticed subtle clues that a significant turning point is near. Random confirmations in sermons, chance encounters with people who share eerily familiar stories, or even certain dreams that echo your deepest prayers. These aren't coincidences. They're markers along the path you've been on all along. By recognizing them, you honor the journey that molded your endurance. Not everyone can grasp how each adversity has honed your senses, enabling you to perceive opportunities that others might dismiss as chance. So if regret or sorrow lingers, let it transform into gratitude for how each burden fortified your character. By sending love to those memories, you harness them as catalysts, not weights. This mental shift readies you to greet the upcoming abrupt change with open arms, not haunted by ghosts of the past. Your readiness stems from every tear you cried and every struggle you overcame. And in just a matter of time, you'll see how God uses that layered resilience to propel you faster and further than you once dared imagine. Embrace this truth. The difficulties behind you were never there to defeat you. They were forging the foundation for something breathtakingly bigger than your trials could ever steal. Chapter 3. You're poised for a quantum leap. Most personal changes happen gradually, small steps that accumulate over months or years. But the pending shift you feel looming is different. It's as though the universe is about to compress months of progress into days, hurling you forward in a single bound. You might find yourself in rooms or on calls you never expected or confronted with abrupt decisions that can unlock entire new chapters for you overnight. This quantum leap can be exhilarating, yet terrifying. Suddenly, your routines get turned upside down. That city you never considered living in becomes your best option. That project you've been half-heartedly planning seems to have a sponsor or partner who surfaces out of nowhere. People you only admired from afar might approach you with offers you used to think were out of your league. You sense God's hand orchestrating it all, ensuring you don't overthink yourself into paralysis. Adapting to such rapid shifts requires trust over logic. If you try to rationalize every detail, you could exhaust yourself. Faith, ironically, becomes your most concrete tool. You recall that your entire journey prepared you for the unimaginable, so why bail now that the unimaginable is here? Instead, treat each surprising development as a piece of a divine puzzle waiting for you to say yes. The moment you do, new pieces line up in ways no human plan could replicate. Maintaining balance in this swirl of possibilities can be tricky. You might feel a surge of adrenaline that keeps you awake at night, brainstorming or simply buzzing with excitement. That's natural. Your soul is grappling with the magnitude of transformation. Carve out moments for prayer, meditation, or journaling. Let your mind unload the chaos onto paper so you don't drown in mental noise. In doing so, you stabilize your emotions and keep your spirit attuned to subtle guidance. Simultaneously, be discerning about outside influence. Once people sense your big break is near, they might project their own fears or insecurities onto you. Some might pressure you to be careful, while others might flood you with advice that drowns your intuitive sense. Listen politely, but trust your inner compass. God built that compass for a reason. If a suggestion resonates, great. If it feels forced or misaligned, gently set it aside. Keep your eyes on the bigger picture. This leap isn't about conforming to everyone else's comfort level. It's about stepping fully into the surprising direction the universe has charted for you. And remember, quantum leaps often follow the resolution of unfinished business. It could be letting go of old grudges or finally addressing a neglected aspect of your life that keeps siphoning your energy. When you choose to face and release these lingering concerns, you clear the runway for a swift takeoff. You might notice an emotional sense of relief, as if the doors to opportunity swing open more readily. Trust these signals. They confirm you're mentally, emotionally, and spiritually ready to accelerate toward your destiny. This is where your faith and clarity converge, where the brave decisions you make today carve a direct path to a tomorrow that's infinitely brighter than you ever dared to expect. Chapter 4. You're no longer tolerating old constraints. As you step closer to this abrupt shift, something within you rises in defiance of stale routines and limiting relationships. Activities or circles that once drained you no longer hold your interest. Maybe you used to settle for lukewarm career paths or let manipulative friends overshadow you. Your tolerance for such dead weight is at an all-time low. It's not that you've turned heartless. You've just outgrown tolerating anything that undermines your spirit. Those who benefited from your past passivity might attempt guilt trips or question why you're so different. But your spirit can't revert to a smaller shape after experiencing deeper truths about your worth. You see how mediocrity and toxic patterns kept you stagnant, and you're finished dancing to that tune. This resolute boundary you now enforce is crucial. It clears the runway for the transformative flight you're about to embark on. Interestingly, as you release old baggage, you create a vacuum. Then new blessings rush to fill it. The universe rarely leaves voids unoccupied. If you distance yourself from a draining colleague, you might soon be introduced to a like-minded collaborator. If you end a fruitless relationship, you could encounter someone who resonates with your elevated standards. What seemed like sacrifice is merely making room for higher vibrational matches aligned with your chosen path. Some might accuse you of being impatient or impulsive for cutting ties so swiftly, but in your gut, you know your actions are overdue. You've tried compromise. You gave time for certain people or habits to change. They didn't. Now destiny knocks with urgency, and you can't afford to carry extra weight or negativity into the next chapter. That's not unkind. That's being responsible. For your life's trajectory, you've realized God can't deposit fresh blessings into hands clinging to baggage from the past. This crackdown on old constraints also accelerates your momentum. Each chain you drop removes friction, making space for quick leaps. Soon you find yourself accomplishing tasks while forging alliances that once felt like distant dreams. And in this process, you strengthen your ability to discern what truly nourishes your growth. That skill ensures you won't replicate old mistakes once you cross into new territory. So don't hesitate to shut a door that no longer serves your calling. By saying a firm no to what's outdated, you simultaneously shout yes to the universe, signaling you're ready for the next wave of possibilities. This shift from compliance to intentional curation of your environment underscores how far you've come. You're not the person you were months or even weeks ago. That old identity was an echo of constraints you've now dismissed, clearing the stage for the unexpected direction about to unfold. And here's a crucial reminder. Old constraints aren't just people or places. They're also mindsets. If doubts or insecurities linger, treat them as part of the same baggage that no longer aligns with your evolving purpose. Let each internal or external release confirm your readiness for a season of swift change and exponential growth. In doing so, you train every facet of your being, heart, mind, and spirit, to anticipate the remarkable doors that will open as you fully honor this calling. Chapter 5. You are generating unseen momentum. While, from the outside, your life might appear calm, you sense a hidden dynamism building. Each internal shift, like releasing an old grudge or deciding to trust your intuition in a tough choice, actually propels cosmic gears. People often assume breakthroughs arrive after big external efforts, but chosen ones realize that many miracles form in the quiet forging of invisible momentum. It's like the universe has been collecting your micro-decisions, each moment of faith, each inch of growth, stacking them until they burst into outward manifestation. Your prayers and affirmations aren't echoing into emptiness. They serve as catalysts that stir resources in people you haven't even met yet. For a while, you might have felt silly speaking affirmations or writing down your goals each morning, but gradually you felt a subtle shift in your emotional baseline. You started expecting good things instead of mere survival. That expectation forms an energetic magnet that draws corresponding circumstances. In practical terms, you may see tiny hints of forward motion, a random compliment from someone influential, a message from a contact you lost touch with, offering to connect you to an opportunity, or a longing in your heart intensifying into a near certainty that something significant will break soon. These glimpses reaffirm that your hidden momentum is surfacing. Even if you can't map out every detail, you trust the process. Faith, after all, is confidence in what we sense but can't fully see. This invisible surge also binds you more closely to God. The presence you feel in your gut is no longer theoretical. It's an experiential reality. When doubts attempt to creep in, you recall how each internal realignment triggered real-world confirmations. You stand in awe that heaven's orchestration can be so precise, weaving your choices and spiritual commitments into unstoppable momentum that replaces fear, fueling further leaps of faith. But heed one caution. Unstoppable momentum needs direction. If you remain passive, letting your mind swirl in daydreams without action, some of that potential might fizzle. Use your momentum wisely by setting small but meaningful dues each day. Ask, what step resonates with this new current of blessings? Then do it, trusting that your effort and the universe's momentum form a dynamic partnership. As you see results stack up, your conviction solidifies that you're truly riding a wave bigger than your own planning. At a certain point, that wave crests. The world notices your swift gains, labeling you an overnight success, ignoring the months or years you spent building invisible momentum in your soul. But you'll know the truth, that overnight was the natural climax of consistent internal alignment with your calling. And as you ascend that wave, you'll also become an agent of hope for others, proving that quietly forging forward in faith can shift entire life paths, culminating in the shocking, sudden blessings the universe had promised all along. Chapter 6. You'll seize the window of divine timing. When the universe finally unveils the open door, there's a pivotal window in which you must act. Chosen ones know that delays can forfeit blessings meant to arrive in perfect season. This window often appears like an unexpected chance, a fleeting conversation, a pressing job offer, or a random friend of a friend who has the exact resources you need. You may feel an adrenaline rush, and your mind will race. Should I go for it? Am I prepared? Because you trust God's orchestration, you choose faith over hesitation. In that decisive act, you confirm your readiness. Naysayers might brand it impulsive, but deep inside, you recognize the alignment. Everything about this opportunity resonates with your prior visions and prayers. The synergy hits you like a lightning strike, erasing doubts. Logic can't produce that sense of absolute clarity. Only divine timing and your willingness to meet it can. Still, stepping through that door can challenge your comfort zone. Maybe it involves moving cities, leaving a stable job, or unveiling your project to the public. Fear might whisper that you're not experienced enough or that you'll fail. Yet your spiritual instincts override that chatter. After all, you didn't endure all those trials just to balk now. Each adversity refined you, ensuring that once God says the window is open, you step forward with unstoppable momentum. Moreover, your acceptance of this timely window doesn't just serve you. Chosen ones' breakthroughs often ripple to bless entire networks. By setting an example of immediate obedience to divine nudges, you inspire those around you to stop postponing their own leaps. They watch your bold action and realize life is too short for indefinite caution. The ripple effect can spark a collective surge of faith in your circle or community. Time is pivotal, though. Windows close. If you linger in indecision for too long, the universe respects free will. If you keep ignoring open doors, it may direct blessings elsewhere, or at least delay them. This isn't to incite panic, but to stress the importance of swift trust. Remember, your earlier yes to spiritual alignment brought you to this threshold. A final yes to the actual invitation seals the promise, letting you reap tangible harvests instead of daydreams. So keep your spiritual antenna raised. Stay alert for that phone call, meeting, or chance encounter that aligns with your heart's desire. And when it appears, pounce. Let the universe see you won't let fear sabotage your destiny. Let those who watch learn that real progress demands seizing the moment and responding swiftly. You merge your faith with action, transforming a potential door into a gateway that floods your life with the glorious shift you've sensed all along. Chapter 7. You're entering the new season with bold confidence. Once you cross that threshold, life feels different. In an instant, you find yourself in a new environment, physically, mentally, or spiritually, one that rewards growth, fosters your gifts, and challenges you in a healthy way. It's like waking up in a brighter world where your talents don't just fit, they thrive. You sense God's smile upon each effort, reinforcing that this pivot wasn't a fluke, but the culmination of your faith journey. You might also notice the speed of developments accelerating. Projects that once dragged suddenly find funding or supporters. Inner healing that seems slow before now races toward completion as you ditch long-standing anxieties. It's as though every corner of your life experiences a springtime bloom simultaneously. While it can be overwhelming, remember, you asked for this. The universe is simply delivering the abundance that corresponds to your unwavering hope. Amid this whirlwind, hold on to your center. Stay anchored in gratitude. Applaud yourself for the perseverance that allowed you to arrive here, but also honor the source that orchestrated your path. Nothing grounds you better than acknowledging that your success merges divine planning and your resilient spirit. That perspective prevents ego from inflating or from overshadowing the humility that keeps you teachable. This new season also invites you to share. Share testimonies of how God paved the way in possibly tight corners. Share methods of self-discovery that helped you break free from gloom. When you give back through mentoring, creating resources, or simply voicing empathy, you fortify your place in the grand scheme. This generosity affirms that your gain isn't merely a personal triumph, but a community blessing. As you bless others, your well of blessing deepens, forging a cycle of giving and receiving that ensures continued momentum. Finally, never doubt that your readiness can lead to even grander expansions later on. Once the universe sees you steward blessings responsibly, it often entrusts you with more. This cycle of receiving and evolving might become a new lifestyle. You step into unknown territory, prove your faithfulness, and ascend to higher realms of influence. That's how a chosen one's journey perpetually unfolds. Each unexpected shift building on the last. Each leveling up, revealing new wonders. So welcome the next few weeks or months with bold confidence. Embrace the fresh paths, the unforeseen alignments, and the wide-eyed excitement that accompanies real transformation. You're not some random individual who stumbled into a streak of luck. You're a chosen vessel, shaped by trials and sealed by faith, unleashed into a destiny only God could design. And stepping forward with unwavering courage, you confirm that your life was never random, but always a profoundly orchestrated masterpiece.